Welcome back to another episode of More Than the Title. I'm your host, as usual, Jarrett, Chief Revenue Officer at Outside the Box Digital. This is episode 146 of More Than the Title. And you know I got my brother, my brethren, your favorite CEO, Chadeo. What's good? You look a little distracted.
Nah. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. It's the Hendendu.
The Dendus. Got the Dendu. Got the Dendu going.
There you go. You already know. Yo, listen, man. Again, man, turned on the social media, got some very disturbing news, man. You know, sleep in peace, rich homie Quan.
Absolutely, man. Rest in peace, brother. Young brother, 34 years old, man.
Within a little over a quarter of his life, we want to send our sincerest condolences to his family. We want to send our sincerest condolences to his family and his friends and his loved ones. We are sorry for your loss. Once again, this is why we start the show G&T. Grateful and thankful. Please do not take waking up as just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
normal,
say like
it's supposed to be like
it's
supposed to be normal.
Happen. I forget the name of it, right? Take it for granted. Take it for entitled,
yeah.
Right? Take it for granted, right? Every day that you wake up and you're allowed to say hello to your loved ones, hug somebody you love, tell somebody you love them. It is a great day, right? So grateful and thankful. We're grateful to wake up every day and do the things that we still like to do and we love to do and bring you this type of content. And we are thankful for the fans and the supporters that continue to help move this platform forward. And we got some big news coming for y'all motherfuckers.
That's it, man. That's it, man. We about to go crazy, man. But just one little thing, you know, about Rich Homie Quan, man. I'm hoping his family finds solace. Just know the outpour on social media where everybody putting out, he impacted a lot of lives through his music and through his content.
That's a fact.
And so if that's anything, you know what I mean, that's nothing to be taken lightly. He changed lives, man. If you're going to do anything on this earth, man, impact people, make people smile, man. I ain't gonna front. You know, it was a good, I saw some shit yesterday. I encourage everybody. Did you watch the Marlon Wayans shit? The Marlon Wayans interview with Shay Shay?
I seen a portion of it. I'm not gonna lie. I seen the part where he was talking about the fact that he's not wasteful, that he only owns 2 cars. The first car that he bought, I believe, was a Range Rover or something like that. He bought that, and then I think he said he owns a Tesla. He's like, I only got one ass. I don't need 17 cars.
Yo, bro, he was so bro. I was up to 4 in the morning watching that shit. It was a hell of an interview, man. Shout out to Shay Shay. That was a hell of an interview.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah, I watched the whole joint. Yo.
Okay,
he was talking that shit. Yeah, he was just talking that shit, just talking about everything from, you know, just imagine being the youngest of 5 in that family, bro. How you you know, I'm youngest of 10, and you got 5 legends in the building, bro. Your oldest brother is 15 years old. He's on TV. He's talking about how it was going to high school, and he's like, nigga, I was the one. I'm sitting there chilling, smoking weed with Omar Epps. Like, I know I'm gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? Went to Howard, was chilling with Diddy, was in Above the Rim, all that shit. He was just basically going through the whole journey. It was one journey. He was supposed to be on Nutty Professor.
Okay.
The Dave Chappelle part.
Okay.
And he had a choice. Nigga, Kanan made him write 26 drafts of fucking Don't Be a Menace. 26 drafts.
God.
Don't Be a Menace, bro. And said, yo, they brought it to Miramax and it bombed in a screening. And he said, yo, you know what? They said, we can't put this out. They gave him, he said, you know what? I could fix it. Keenan said, I could fix it to the studio. He said, give me $1 million in 10 days. And he went back to Marlon. He said, all right, now we got 10 days to make this whole film and shoot it and write it now. What's up?
What?
And did it in one take. Wrote the joint. He said he was sitting smoking weed. He says, man, passed out. He was like, yo, pass that shit. Put it in the movie. He's like, everything that was going on when they was writing, yo, bro, it was so inspiring, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was fire,
you know what? Because you said that, and you know, first of all, shout out to just the fucking genetic line of the Wayans. I'm not even being funny, but that's a hell of a fucking genetic line, man, to even be a part of that family where, you know, so many people are so talented and they work together. Can I get a fucking horn for that? Cuz like, five brothers, sister, the daughter, the son, and they work together. That they are, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, right? If there is a family that has done it more cohesively than them, please let me know.
Never heard of
because I've never seen a family with that many people at that level of success consistently, right? Individually and together, they have stuck together to make sure that their legacy is just cemented in history. So shout out to the Wayans family, man. That is the true fucking definition of the cheat code.
That's a fact, yo. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's a tribute to all of them, bro. Imagine being the youngest and seeing Keenan. You could easily be like, yo, you could have the 50 Cent son joint where it's like, yeah, that's my older brother. He's Keenan. He's in living color. I'm that nigga. I don't need to do nothing. I'm just gonna coast. Bro was working. He said writing sketches at 11 years old, 12 years old, seeing what bro was doing and like, yo, I want to contribute to the family business, and said, I'm not going to jump in, and went to school to learn it. And then I'm going to jump in the family business when the time was right. And that's when Mo Money and all that came out.
But, and also, and let me piggyback that. What I really admire about all of them is that even though they're all comedians, they all have a different style of comedy.
Facts.
You understand? None of them are trying to carbon copy each other. It's not like it's fucking Damon Wayans 5 times. You understand what I'm saying? They are individually comedic geniuses in their own right. You understand what I'm saying? He says crazy because Marlon is dead ass the only one that actually does interviews.
Yo, bro, imagine the Keenan. Yo, bro, imagine the Wayans family interview.
Now that's
imagine that. Like, so you know what I'm saying? I want to get that.
Maybe we should put that into fruition, man. We want a Wayans family.
The Wayans family. I want Kim, Keenan, Damon, the sons, whoever, bro. The whole Wayans family. How'd y'all put that shit together, bro?
Yeah, because that, like I said, man, you know, true testament to what hard work and dedication looks like. True testament to what sticking together and understanding what the path and the journey is, right? It's one train. This train is moving forward. Get on this train. Now you can sit in whatever seat you want, but this train is moving forward in this direction. So if you want to be a part of this journey, then you got to get on this type of a train. So shout out to them, man.
That's a fact, bro. There's one gem too, bro. Another gem that was caught out there. One gem that Jeff Bezos said, right? He said you gotta be stubborn on the vision, but flexible on the details. And one thing that was
I like that.
Now, when it comes to your business, stubborn on the vision, flexible on the details. He said, doesn't matter how you get there because you're gonna learn as you go. You're gonna lose, bump your head. So you got to be flexible with how you get there. But what you want to accomplish can never be wavered. And so we're gonna get this shit now. That shit's crazy, bro. This is crazy. So one thing
I like that quote.
Let's put it on something, yo. Flexible on the details. So he said he wrote the Wayans Brothers script.
Okay.
Wrote the Wayans Brothers script. They wanted John Witherspoon. They wanted Pops.
You have to. You have to have Pops on that.
NBC didn't want him.
What?
They was gonna put him on NBC. They filmed the pilot. They say he's too ghetto, too southern. We don't like him. We could put somebody else who's in there as a more clean cut. It's either you take Pops out or we're not filming the shoot. Nothing. They said nope. We taking and walking. Walked on it. Bet on themselves. Brought it to the WB network.
There it is. Yo, hold on. You know what? You gotta get the air horns for that.
Come on, bro. That was crazy.
That is knowing your value. Once again, knowing your value, not negotiating on this is what we're bringing to the table, right? Yeah. This is what we're bringing, and it has to look like this. We are the artists. See, once again, we talk about an art form. Create the art form for yourself first, and then share it with the world. Do not allow the world to influence what your art is supposed to look like. They are true artists. And they said, this is what we want the show to look like. This is how we want it to sound, and et cetera, and it's either take it or leave it. Shout out, yo.
Yeah, that whole interview.
Episode tonight. I ain't
the whole interview, bro. Like, he was like Sean had the Wayans brother first. He was going to get a show. Yeah. He's like, nah, I want Marlon.
Yeah.
He said, well, who from him? Let's do it. So it's just like, yo, all of that shit, how they put it together, man. Shout outs, a lot of gems in that interview. Great interview, man. Shout out to them. And speaking of big news, man.
One of my favorites. I ain't going to hold you. They got white girls. They got
white chicks.
White girls?
He said white girls.
White chicks. White chicks. Same shit. White girls, white chicks. I ain't gonna hold you. When I first see the trailer, I'm like, wait, these niggas is dressing up as white women's, but yo, they pulled it off. I ain't gonna lie. And then adding Terry Crews. Terry Crews was like the fucking.
He made that shit.
Yo, it was the fucking like that the ice cream on the Alamo. They go on the apple pie. Nigga, like that shit was perfect, my nigga. Like again, take any one of those elements out, and it just doesn't hit the same, man. It just does not hit the same.
Same thing with Living Color. Imagine putting that roster and Living Color together.
Crazy.
How do you put that fucking roster together in Living Color and you identify somebody like Jim Carrey, somebody like David Allen Greer?
Crazy.
Tommy Davidson.
Tommy Davidson, bro. Hold on, Pete. Yo, we already getting comments from Instagram. Pete said, nah, white girls don't slap like white chicks. It's not.
That's a fact.
Mind your business, Pete. Nah, she right though. Pete, when you right, you're right. God damn it. I stand corrected.
Love you, Pete.
All right, we love you, P. I stand corrected.
First of all, bring your ass. Where you at? Bring your ass. Where you at?
Yeah, P, we gonna send you the link to the show. Bring your ass on the show. You come talk some shit with us today, man.
Come on, man. I'm about to text loyalty too. Where they
at? I'm gonna send P. I'm gonna send P the information right now so she could jump on it right now.
We got you, sis. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But speaking of Shay, do you want to announce it or what you want to do?
You want to wait?
Yeah, we could wait a couple of minutes. We got the pro waiting. I don't know. I don't want to have waiting too long. We got the pro waiting. I don't know, but we got to make some announcements.
Okay. So
Andrew, what's up, brother?
Yeah. Let's bring Quincy on right now, man. We got somebody that pulled up to the show. Let's bring the bro on, man. Yeah.
Let's bring him on. Hold on, let's make it happen. My guy. Hey, yo.
What's going on, fellas?
How's
it going? You can hear me? Sure, can hear me?
Yes,
clear.
Sir.
Do me a favor. Just turn the light out. Turn the light out behind you. It's a glare in the living room light behind you. Just
that one there.
Yeah, just hit the switch. You should turn the light out.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Turn it back
one down there.
No. Go back to the same one. The same one. It went out. You turn it back on.
Yeah, the one literally right above your right shoulder.
The other one. The other one.
Right exactly where they at.
The other one.
There you go. Whatever this turn on.
There you go. All right. Turn off. There you go.
There you go. There you go.
All right, we good. We good?
Nah, you good. You good. There you go.
What's going on, fellas?
Good, bro. Hanging in there. What's going on with you, bro?
Excuse my appearance. I'm looking crazy, but this is something I've been willing
you look
to
perfect.
be here.
Excuse what? Hold on. Time out. See, we don't do that on this show. Let me tell you right now. Excuse what? You got on a nice clean hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Your goatee is good. Like what's going on? This ain't no dress up shit. This ain't ad week, baby. This come as you is.
Come as you is.
Hold on. He got a little dindu. Show what you drinking.
You got the dindu?
You got the dindu?
Yeah, you gotta put the cigar in there. I was taught today.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it, bro.
Yeah, I ain't mad.
But I appreciate you guys having me here today. I really do, man. It's an honor.
Yeah, man.
What's going on?
Same. Likewise, bro, man. Talk to us, man.
So let me give you a little background on Quincy real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I met this brother, you know, a little while ago. You know what I'm saying? Quincy, your camera went out.
Cut the shit.
You can't come on the show and then have technical difficulties, baby. What happened? Oh shit, Quincy, you done fucked up, man. You done came on the show and you done having technical difficulties.
No.
For our audio listeners.
Yeah. We gonna wait. We gonna wait till Quincy gets his camera back on. So what we got for the next topic, and then I'll introduce him when he comes back.
Let's do it while we're doing that. Let's make the announcement.
Did you want to do the intro? We didn't do the intro for the live and all that. You want to do that first?
Oh yeah, first of all, we didn't do the live. We went right in because it's fan appreciation show. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, always, man, shout out to our distribution partners, the Live Podcast Network, the first woman-owned, black-owned podcast network in the world, and the biggest black-owned network in the world. We are on the roster. We are one of the top podcasts on the show. And if you want more content like this, make sure you grab your phone, scan the QR code, and get your content just from Alive. You did? Shout out
and we got Andrew typing in. Hey guys, nice to see you again. Andrew, what's going on, buddy, man? Andrew, we appreciate you, man.
Big support.
Another example of a long-time supporter of the show, man. We appreciate you, bro. We definitely appreciate you. Yeah.
That's a fact, man. Shit, and you want to make me while you're there. You know you got to do that while you're there. We're going to have some new pieces, too.
Yep.
We're going to have some new merch coming out for the fall, y'all, so please be in tune for that. You go get your hoodies, your sweatshirts. We got shirts, we got mugs, we got hats, we got courses. If you want to learn how to build revenue and relationships, you want to learn how to build a business, you want to learn how to podcast, we're going to have all that for y'all guys. And we also going to be changing up our offering, y'all, so keep it a lookout. You want to be an entrepreneur, we are going to be taking businesses from beginning to end as a service and helping you get your business off the ground. And if you want to do package number 2, we'll help you get it off the ground and also help you market your business. So we doing it for the community, y'all. We don't just talk and we walk it. If you want to learn more, scan the QR code. You dig?
There it is. And we got Quincy back. You know what that was, right?
Yeah.
Quincy, just so you know, right? Just so you know, whenever we have guests on the show and shit, the other podcast, yo, they got some shit, bro. I'm telling you, they be calling our phones, they be interrupting signals and shit. You know what I'm saying?
They do everything in their power.
That's a fact, man. So that's what it is.
Let
me let y'all know about this brother, man. I met this brother. You good. I met this brother a couple months ago, man, and I really was feeling this brother's energy, man. You know, I felt like he was a real genuine individual. Got a chance to meet him, in a couple party environments. You know how we do, Cuzzo, you know what I'm saying? In a couple party environments. And then, when I got a chance to learn about this brother, seeing that he was, taking things in a positive direction, man, got a great career going for himself, family man and all that, about to get married and all that. And, he's ready to start up a podcast soon. So we're going to work with him on that. We're going to talk with him behind the scenes on that. Man. You know what? He got his head on his shoulders, man. Let's bring him on and, have him talk some shit. So welcome to the show.
I appreciate you guys for having me today.
Jones. Like, oh, shit. Quincy Jones in this motherfucker.
Yeah, my parents knew that I was gonna be somebody, man. I actually love music. I actually write music. I have a best friend that sings as well. But overall, I'm just here to be here, man. I love my people. I love what I need to do for the people, and I'm just here. I just want to enjoy myself, man.
Keep it real. You ever use that? Be like, yo, baby, I'm Quincy's grandson. I'm Quincy Jones Jr. Nigga, don't ever play with me.
Quincy, you gotta keep it real with us on the show, man. If you ever picked up abroad with the line from your name, you gotta keep it real, man. You ever got
I do it like this. I gotta look.
Oh, the Denzel?
Yeah, Denzel.
Nigga, I'm related to Frank Thomas, a few other niggas. I'm related to the Big Hurt. Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas.
I ain't gonna lie. Back in my younger days, I'm a little older now, so we don't play those type of games. But back in my younger days, if I had a name like Quincy Jones, I'd have definitely used that shit to my motherfucking advantage. You'd have had to prove me a motherfucking liar. I'm like, bitch, what you talking about?
All, baby, you a star. You a motherfucking star. I know stars.
Yo, you remember how motherfuckers used to do back in the day when they tried to get you? They used to do this shit like this. I'm a photographer, baby. I see the framework.
Nigga, living room was the casting couch.
Oh no.
Now you my guy. I ain't gonna put that on.
Listen, let me cast you something real quick.
Right, there it is, man. Yeah, so let the people know about yourself, man. What do you want the people to know about you?
All right, man.
Start off where you grew up and give them a little background on you and tell them what you're about.
All right. Besides me being Quincy Jones, my parents naming me Quincy Jones, I grew up in the Bronx, New York, man. Lambert, West Farms, projects. Man, my parents been together for 45 years. They pushed us. They strived for me, my brother and I, to do what we need to do for ourselves. So we had a lot of hardships and struggles that we faced, but overall, it's just as a black man, as well as a man in general, we pushed ourselves. So overall, it's a blessing to be here now. I have a really steady career. Yes, I have a real steady career in law enforcement. Thank God, thank God for everything, because I lost a lot of friends, I lost a lot of family members. And I just tried to be better. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to do something else. Like, I've seen it, and it's like, it wasn't for me at the end of the day.
Wait, my fault, bro. Did you lose a lot of friends because you were law enforcement?
No. I lost a lot of friends overall from gang life.
Gotcha.
From drugs, from family, it's a lot of things. But I'm glad that you said that, Jarrett. It was more in the sense like I lost a lot of friends and all around, but personally, I lost a couple friends for me being on this job. Absolutely, yeah, because they don't know what I do, man, what I've been through, and how I grew up.
Yeah,
that's I never illustrate that to them. At the end of the day, it's like me, you see me, love me and be there for me. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So,
and if they didn't, fuck them, because you more than a title. That's just your job.
Yeah.
I got to chime in for a second, Quincy. You sped past something, and I know it seems normal to you, but I have to address this, right?
Okay.
You were fortunate enough. Shout out to your mother and your father. You said they have been together for 45 years.
Yes.
That listen, you did the whole. First of all, let me explain something to you. In today's age, to have a relationship go 4 to 5 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know, 45 years is for real, right? That is true commitment.
Absolutely. Let me tell you about my parents. My mother's Puerto Rican, and my dad is West Indian black.
Okay.
Right? So them getting together in the Bronx, you know, it's a big joke in the Bronx about how Puerto Ricans don't speak Spanish.
I know a lot of them. You know what
I'm saying? So that's one of those things. But overall, it's from them getting together and being who they are. It was very, because you know they have family in each building, so that's how they interconnect. My dad. Speaking of my dad, I'm gonna go with my dad and my mom. Okay. My dad's mom passed away when he was 12 years old.
Okay.
From the story you told me that his mother passed away in his arms at 12 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, so it was a lot for him, but I guess was speaking with him, he decided, like, listen, like I wanted to raise my kids in a certain way. I want them to be in a certain way, in a certain aspect, and being who they want to be. I want you to find your own identity. That's why it wasn't no Stewart. My dad's name was Stewart Jones. I wasn't no Stewart Jr. It wasn't no Stewart the Third. He said, I want you to find your own identity. That's why I named your brother Darnell. I named you Quincy.
Messi! To come after Quincy Jones too, though. Ain't no hockey, Pops. Shout out to Pops.
Yeah,
hey, man.
I mean, not
Quentin, maybe Quentin Jones.
Right. not a bad alternative. You know what I'm saying?
Not a bad one.
Right. Yeah. But overall is that it was the commitment. He stayed. A lot of African American men don't have that. You know what I mean? He stayed and he guided us. You know that look, like when you laying down and you do something wrong and your dad comes in the room. A lot of people don't experience that feeling. Your dad looking at you like, yo, you messed up.
Nah, that's a fact. I definitely know that look.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit scared the shit out of you. Pop put hands on a nigga. I boom.
So Jay clarified for me so I could curse on this. I don't want to.
Yeah, do your thing, bro.
Nah, you good.
So when you fuck up, excuse my French for everybody that's watching. When you fuck up, you know, it's like he give you that look, so you know he's like, damn, like I fucked up. I need to do better. I need to do this. But my mom was the maternal side, you know, make sure that you was good, and then my dad gave you that look. But that's what the new generation. That's what they need to learn. That's what they need to know. At the end of the day, a lot of these kids don't have that. And it's unfortunate. Most of my best friends that I have right now to this day have both their parents in their life. And that says a lot. That says a lot about the commitment of our people for a certain aspect. You know what I mean? Yeah. But overall, it's just so that's my dad. My dad had his older sister raise him once his mother died when he was 12 years old. So his older sister was 18 when she took him in. Crazy. And she raised him. She died a couple of years ago. She was awesome. She was the matriarch of that family, and I miss her to this day. She was awesome. Yeah. My mother's side. My dad Puerto Rican. I mean, her dad was Puerto Rican. Growing up, I think in Santurce, Puerto Rico, I think it was. But overall, she never understood the aspect of her side because she was never there. Thank God for my wife. She on my 24th birthday, I think it was 25th, 26th birthday, I think it was. Excuse me. She introduced me to my cousins. She surprised me on my birthday, taking me to Puerto Rico, and she ended up introducing me to my Puerto Rican side of my family.
There it is.
Even though my mother, you're right. I appreciate it. Even though my mother and her siblings never, you know, got to that point to know their family on that side. I was able to go out there and be able to be, thank God. God's great all the time, man. Thank God for that. Me be there and being able to experience that aspect of having that side of my family. Because
before you go on, shout out to your wife. See, again, you cannot speed past certain things that the culture needs to hear. Shout out to the lady in your life that took the time to think about what is important to my man, what is important to his development, because I am in support of him being as great as he can be, right? So shout out to her, because she could have took that money for Puerto Rico and bought you some fucking sneakers, bought you a designer belt. No, real shit, right? Bought a book bag or some bullshit. And she said, no, what I'm going to do is get him in contact with his family, because it's important, right? We don't know where we're going unless we know where we came from. So shout out to your wife. That is phenomenal for her to take the initiative to do that, man.
And I love her. Yeah. I love her, man. She's awesome, man. And she's Puerto Rican too. Puerto Rican and Italian. Yeah. Shout out to her.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question real quick, Quincy. We're talking about multicultural, and you know, the New York itself is the melting pot of diversity itself. You know what I'm saying? We are the melting pot of diversity. Did you experience growing up any type of belonging issues, or like, did you have any trouble fitting in because, you know, you're West Indian, so you identify as Black, but you're also Puerto Rican, which, you know, and I'm gonna tell you, right, a lot of Puerto Ricans do not identify as Black, right? They don't identify as Black. So did you have any type of like fitting in issues growing up with that type of diversity in your genetic makeup?
From my personal experience, no.
Okay.
I had that I had really, here's the thing, like I talk to people all the time about their friends and their friendships, and I have really good friends having conversations with people, and it's like, my friend said X, Y, and Z, you know what I mean? So it's like my friend called it what it was, and if I felt some type of way, it's like we was big on telling our brothers at the young age, like, yo, I love you, man. Hope you doing well. I pray for you and make sure you're good. But a lot of people, like, for the social media aspect, I read into social media and I see that, like, a lot of these guys, they don't have that. They don't have that aspect. So it's like it's out the norm, and it baffles me at the end of the day, because I see it, but I was like, nah, that wasn't me. You know what I mean? Like that's just my personal experience. Like, you know what I mean? I grew up in the Bronx. I went to school in the Bronx. I actually was very, very well liked. You know, I played basketball. I had best friends. You know what I mean? Like, I have best friends, the same friends I have to this day. I'm 31 years old. Same friends I had to this day since I was 7 years old. I actually taught one of my best friends how to swim.
That's how it be, man.
Fire. You know what I mean?
Like, I love that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like it's more. It was more than a brotherhood for me. You know what I mean? So my mom.
Hold on. He played on the name, cuzzo. He played on the name. He played on it. You get a gem for that. He played on it more than a brotherhood.
It was more than a brotherhood, and for me being here today, making six figures today, being able to provide for my family, provide for myself as well as my wife, I am culpable to illustrate myself to other people. I need to tell them about my life, tell them about how I grew up.
So is that the matter of fact? Is that the leading motivation for you want to start the podcast?
So leading motivation to want me to start a podcast is that is one of the reasons. Also, it's a sense of right. So how I grew up, absolutely. That is the main reason for me. But it's also other like, you know, stems from the general topic of me growing up for how I grew up. You know what I mean? So that's like. A lot of kids, a lot of people that's watching this. I hope you guys are watching this, because this is something that you guys need to see. At the end of the day, we are a people that need to look out for each other, look out for one another. At the end of the day, and we don't do that. Unfortunately, that's just something that is. I don't know how to word it. I don't want to word it in a way to, you know, to be sensitive to the topic, but it's more in the sense of like I want people to understand that we are here and we need to be protecting each other.
So there it is. Let's take it a step further, because you said you want to do a podcast, right? Let's add P. You're in the building, P. Talk shit with P's in the building. Top 5 podcasts globally, and we're gonna look out for each other right now. Let's give you the tips and tricks and let you know what's going, how you get to it. Let's get to this bag, baby.
Quincy, meet Paula. Paula's the podcast guru.
Stop playing.
Paula, nice to meet you.
Guru.
Connection. You know what I'm saying?
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Quincy. And about damn time I got up in here. Just saying.
I was looking at you, my fault. You know we love you. You know we love you.
How many lives and comments does a bitch have to leave before she gets invited to the damn table? But
Oh no, you are the table. No, don't do that to me. What you ate today? You coming in here spicy.
She's killing y'all. Yeah, she's killing y'all today.
Listen, you know how P moves, so you already know she was coming in with the fire. You know what I'm saying? When P talk, all you was like,
Woo, we gonna get the shit now.
I was wrong.
Shit, you already know, man. What's going on, P? Talk to us.
Nothing much, you know.
We seen you at the how was the award show that you just went to? You want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
Okay.
Especially people finding out I do wear dresses. I didn't know it was that of a shock, but you know.
I'm just saying, P. You know, seeing you in the dress is like, okay, you know, didn't know you had those in the wardrobe.
You're not the only one. A lot of people are like, oh damn, you wear dresses. Oh damn, you know. I'm like, okay, I should wear dresses more often. Like, y'all keep forgetting, like, I am a girl after all. Like, damn. And I do have some nice legs. That's why I don't be wearing dresses a lot. I'll get y'all in trouble, you know? But,
Did you miss me?
That case. See, this is how Quincy Jones, right? Hit him with the Quincy shit.
See, Quincy, this the eyebrow movement right now, Quincy. There it is.
Right,
there it is. Right there. Don't get Quincy in trouble with your legs, Pete.
No, don't
listen here, Paul.
I can't compete with the whole trip to Puerto Rico to meet the to meet your lost siblings. I can't compete with that. The legs can't compete with that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Let me stop you, Paula, real quick.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't got no lost siblings. Papa wasn't a Rolling Stone.
Where he laid his hat was his home.
I'm just listen,
that's what happened.
Let me tell you something, Quincy. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, right? Like, listen, success comes in many different flavors. Look at all four of us on this screen at one time. You know, we have all lived through similar environments, but our story is also different, right? Jarrett himself, his mother and his father are still together, just like yours. You understand what I'm saying? So he was raised with a mother and a father being married and things of that nature. That's a fact, man. You understand what I'm saying? Right. But look, I was not raised in that fashion, right? I was raised by a single mother, and guess what? I ultimately became a single father. You met my son, and I've had custody of my son, and I raised my son since he was like 1 year old. So again, right?
I was raised by a single father.
There it is. You see, Pete? Look, there it is.
And then me knowing you for the couple of months that I've known you is just like you strive. Every time I see you hit yourself with a higher standard, and that's the people you need to be around of, right?
Appreciate that.
And then being a father, like I can't tell you that because I'm not a father yet, but as me seeing my dad and seeing what he went through, losing his mom, losing his dad at a young age, and seeing who you are, it goes into fruition. It's a full 360, man. It really is.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. Just from the way that you speak right now, and from what it looks like, the way you are setting up your life with having a career, having resources and things available, having somebody that is truly supportive of you by your side, when and if you truly decide to start a family with your wife, I have no doubt that you'll be a phenomenal father. There's no question in my mind that there's no question that you'll be a phenomenal father, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, the only thing that is gonna change for you, is the fact that no, seriously, right? Okay. Is the fact that once you have a child, right, you truly understand how precious life is. And with you being in law enforcement, you're going to start to look at things a little differently, right? Mm-hmm. Because not to say that your wife is not somebody to come home to, but when you have a child, you're going to really have that really like desire that I got to make it home. You understand what I'm saying? Like I have somebody counting on me thing. You know what I'm saying?
To backpack what you were saying, Ryan Reynolds said something, not verbatim, but in the sense of, you guys know Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, the actor for Deadpool, right?
Yeah. Love him.
He said something about like, you know, married to his wife, he loves her, whatever case, but he will do anything for his kids. He will use his wife as a human shield to
do you know in every movie he has acted or he has produced or anything, it makes sure that there's a play center babysitting for the employees to bring their kids because he also wants his kids around. So he's always done that.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. Shout out to Ryan Reynolds.
A lot of of
Ryan
artists who
Reynolds,
have worked with
Deadpool.
him. I've met his kids. I've hanged out because the kids are always at the set with him.
Fire.
And he does that not only for himself, but to make sure the employee as well. If you can't afford babysitting or
And
whatever, bring your kids.
you can see his drive. It's not only for him; it's on for his children as well as his wife. He cries every award that he gets, and people that believe in God. That's awesome, and he's one of those people that gravitates to that. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm a big I'm gonna say it here. Everybody's watching. I'm a big firm believer. I believe in God, Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior.
Amen. Me too.
At the end of, excuse me, I'm back. At the end of the day, it's like
we have a reason to pray.
No, he's not ready for the fast one. We gotta build him up. Go ahead, Quincy.
There you go.
He's ready. If you're gonna talk about God, get the organs.
You gotta warm up.
There it is, right? Listen, man. Listen. Religion in the world as it stands for today provides an inspiration to many culture, many people to strive and believe in themselves and believe in something greater. So we will never knock anybody that has any religious background on this show. If that's what you believe in and it motivates you to try to be a better person, to provide for your family, then who are we as human beings to tell you that that's wrong? Because we live by the same principles, right? I might take your time, Pastor. See, they talking about it. Take your time, Pastor. Me personally, I don't have a specific religious denomination, right? Yeah. But I'm a spiritual person, right? I live my life through spirituality with a certain set of ethical rules and a code of conduct, which I guarantee you will align with a lot of different spiritualities and denominations of how to live your life. So just because I might not believe in the person that you believe in, if we still live our lives in a positive manner, then we on the same track.
Righteous. And I'm also, I do want to talk, Pete. I've never asked you about your upbringing, and I would love to know about that before we go into the podcast, because you're from the motherland. Says I want to know what our experience is like. What have you been through? How did you get to here today?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm listening.
Word. You know what I'm saying? Quincy's eye for talent. He's in the family.
My friends, they call me Quincy the producer.
You know
he leaning into it.
So originally born in Tanzania, that's in East Africa. If you know about Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzanites, that's where they are. And then from a young age, I'm a government kid, and that's a whole other conversation. But from a young age, we traveled a lot for holidays, so London, Switzerland, everywhere. And eventually, my mom wanted to go study at ACCAs, and that was the time they were separating, but they kind of didn't want to tell us they were separating, but we kind of knew because we were excited for it. And at one point, they offered therapy to us. So I'm grateful for our parents who believed in therapy from a young age. So my dad's background, he went to school in America. He had a white girlfriend, but he couldn't bring her home because, back in the day, my grandmother would have never accepted it. And I came later to read all this in his diary. I found it and I read. Yeah. But he always raised us not the African way. He always raised us as his friends, but he knew when to be a parent. And so we were always like, I clubbed with my dad. My dad taught me how to drink. My dad met every guy I had. I was dating.
Time out. Now, I can understand clubbing with your dad and stuff like that, but to make this statement, my dad met every guy I hit is crazy, P.
Wait. It's somebody who got through the crack. It's somebody who didn't meet it. Somebody snuck through.
That's a fact. It's closeness, but I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, God damn, P. If I had a daughter, I would not want to meet every
guy. Here's the thing, right? My dad he's literally my best friend. Like, literally, I will call and cry about everything. And I'm a person, if you guys have also met me, like, I have no filter. I can't hide shit. If I like somebody, people will know I like somebody. If I'm crashing on somebody, people will know. Like, if I'm dating somebody, I'm not hiding it. So my dad became like my diary. I literally told him everything.
Okay.
To the extent that, and the good thing is, I'm not gonna lie, that's why I took a long break from dating. I figured okay, the problem is me because I've had incredible nice guys. Like they might have been a little assholes, but in reality, they are like genuine as a person. They're nice people. To the extent that my dad, even when I broke up with them, he would still be friends with them because they ended up doing business and shit. And I've always
Yeah.
dated guys who are
Right.
entrepreneur business. So and it's like, yo, there's money here. I'm sorry, but he's a nice guy. Like that's your shit, and I respect it. But so I grew up like that. Then when my mom left to go to UK to study ACCAs, eventually because my dad traveled a lot, he couldn't really be a full-time dad. So me and my brother went to UK to live with my mom. Then after 5 years, me and my mom never got along. Like even right now, I can stay like a month or 2 months without speaking to my mom. But if my dad doesn't hear me in 3 days, it's like, what the fuck? Are you alive?
And I feel like it's like
yes.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
so after that, you're fine. So after UK, after 5 years, I really tried with my mom, and I understood my dad's intention. The reason he didn't even tell my brother knew we were going to UK to live for a while. Me, they just told me we are going on our normal holiday vacation. And then when it came the time my dad is leaving, I'm like, what do you mean we're not leaving? They had to break the news, and my dad was like, I'm trying to see if you and your mom can fix your stuff. And there was one point I even had to ask I wanted to ask my dad, am I adopted? Because the way I don't get along with my mom, it's unreal. But then I look so alike like my mom. Like I'm like when we sit together, we're like sisters.
Have you ever thought about because you don't act like your mom, what you just said, right? So maybe me be more like your dad.
Yep. And I grew up a tomboy, so I grew up a tomboy because I hanged around with my dad a lot. I grew up a tomboy. Most of my friends were guys. And that's why if you see me at conferences, like I do have select girls who I hang out with, but also the girls who I hang out with are as crazy as me. They're not like no offense, but the blondie, Bambi types, like shit, like they're cool, chill, But most of
Damn! She's real as it gets. She's real as it gets. I'm telling you, she's telling you the truth.
So the reason why I asked this is because it's like, like my mom says it all the time. She's like, Darnell, my older brother, acts more like her, and I act more like my dad. It's just like it's genetics. It's super genetics. People will never admit it, but it's like, I act like my dad. My dad always want to party, want to dance. He's cordial with people. My brother, he's straight up like my mom. He'd be like.
That's a fact, though.
Yeah.
And I think I sometimes feel sorry for my mom. I think she was expecting, like, a minia, like, to do all the girly stuff with. But I'm not that. I don't do makeup. Like, my hair is always like I cut. I wake up. I do whatever the fuck I want. I hated wearing dresses and skirts. Like, I was never the girly girl type. Like, I wanted to jump out of planes and jump on trees, and like I wasn't the one who was sitting down thinking about her wedding dream and making a wedding album. Like I even told my dad, and it's funny because me and my dad's favorite movie is Fathers of the Bride because of the relationship of the father and the daughter. But I literally told my dad, it's so sad you'll never get to do this because I never want to get married. Like the Walking Down that, and they
Steve Martin, right?
Yeah, Steve Martin.
And even the entire family was like,
shout out to our millennials.
Yeah, man.
I want to touch on something, P. Again, we can't speed past certain things. The most important relationship to a young female is a female with her father. Shout out to your father for cultivating that relationship. No, I'm dead serious. A father's job is to show his daughter what true love looks like. It is to show his daughter what true, unfiltered love looks like, right? He is supposed to guide you and show you how you are supposed to be treated by a man. He is prepping you, right? So by your father cultivating that relationship and you now bonding with him in a certain extent, what you're doing is you're creating a certain standard where it's like you might not understand you're doing this, but people that you're dating now, and the things that they do with you and for you, you're going to relate that to how your father treats you subconsciously, because that's the programming that you have, as you should, right? So if somebody doesn't treat you and love you the way your father treats you and love you, you're going to automatically rebel against that, right? So I want to give a special shout out to your father, because as a culture, we are missing that. We are missing that extremely, right? Too many fathers nowadays is not taking the time to love their daughters and treat their daughters like young women and show them how men are supposed to treat them in general, right? And that's a problem. And what happens is when women grow up with daddy issues, they go extremely left, right? Then they start looking for men to fill that daddy void. They look for bad boys, and you look for all these type of wrong men because you never had that role model in your life or that foundation to build off of. So I gotta stop you there. I gotta shout out your father. Give your father the horn.
Well, a lot of men too, and it's just being a man being a man and being a father throughout every situation. The parents split up. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, a lot of time, a parent split up. A lot of men be like, all right, based on our relationship, it's going to be based on how I'm going to be a father to my child. And that shit is bullshit.
And something you say, because my dad has been on my show. In the beginning, he came on my show and we talked about being a girl dad, right? And then somebody listened to it and invited us this year to go on a show together. I've never been on a show with my dad and to talk about that. And they did ask me, though, like, the way you date, as your father's relationship affected that. And believe it or not, it's true, because even when my dad was giving me this life, right, making sure I've traveled the world. My dad has made sure I've traveled the world. I went to the best schools. I've never had debt. I've never had to take care. Like, he has taken care of me until when I said I do not want to do PhD. That's when he was like, okay, you have 3 months and you're on your own. Me as a father, I've done my job, which I can't hate, because he did. I went to grad school and he paid for everything. But even when I was in Malaysia, and at that time, a lot of these girls were getting involved with Nigerians because of the money and the flashiness and that. And then most of the Nigerians were my friends, and they would say, yo, don't play with Paula. Paula will come and tell you, my daddy can do that for me. What can you do that my father can't do for me? Because I don't care about your money or shit. I care about the loyalty, the conversation, the chemistry, the connection, the net. Like, can we build? Where's your brain? Where's your mindset? So to me, and that's why I tell people, I don't care if somebody is rich or poor, but as long as they're building something and they're striving for something. Because I know I want a big life. My dad gave me a big life, and I'm gonna get a big life. So if you're poor right now, like I'm still figuring myself out as well. It's not like I'm financially stable. So yeah, we can. But do you want to stay there? Because I don't want to stay there. So.
So you beat me to it. I had my finger on the button because you beat me to it.
Side of the Mississippi. You shitting me? You kidding me? All right, but I ain't gonna find. I do want to talk. What made you get into podcasting, sis?
Yeah.
And I want to segue to that because I want to give bro some game. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see him start off on the right track.
All right. So what did you ask?
So what made you get into podcasting?
Depression and a breakup and life in 2020. So when 2020 happened, I just had a breakup with somebody. I thought that was my life, and then I was working too much and we're building something, so I was busy, you know. And then everything shut down, and I'm an overthinker. I battle with depression. So when everything shut down, with the Black Lives Matter happening, with Asia thing happening. Mind you, I spent 5 years in Asia, so I have friends who I consider family who are Asian, and it was home for me, right? And then back home, our president wasn't giving a fuck about COVID, and my dad had heart issues at that time, and shit was just getting. So my mind was like double, and I had to face my breakup, and it was just too much. And I saw myself drinking and sinking into a hole that I probably wasn't going to be able to get myself out. So one day, shout out to Twitter when Twitter was still Twitter. I was so drunk and high, and I went and I wrote an email to my ex, and then went on Twitter and started talking shit about the email I wrote. Because one thing we had was we would block each other everywhere, but we would not block each other on email unless there's something necessary, then we can email each other. So, and then a friend came to me and was like, you should start a podcast. You got so much shit to say. I'm like, how do you know that? He's like, I've been reading your tweets. I'm like, huh? If I knew you were following me, I wouldn't have posted. I was like, that's why I'm a ghost follower, to allow you to post. And I was like, what would we call it? And she was like, talk shit with me. You talk shit. I'm like, you know what? That sounds good. And the next day, instead of waking up and getting a beer, I showered and started Googling and doing everything. And I told my dad and my brother. So normally if I want to do something, I tell my dad and my younger brother, who's also my best friend. My dad is just there to make sure that I do it. My younger brother holds me accountable. He'll be like, okay, this is all good. Give me a date. When are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. So they started helping me buy a laptop and thing. And next thing you know, Talk Shit with P was born, and it became a mental health podcast. My first episode until today, I don't listen to that shit because it was the first episode I had to be so raw and honest about my situation, financially, mentally, physically, the heart, everything. I poured everything into it because I wanted to create a safe space. And in my head, it was like, how can it be a safe space if you're not being real and honest with the people you want to come to your space and share it with you? So,
Message. Yeah, that was a good message. That was a good samba. That was a good one. That was a good selection. I like it.
Listen,
and that's
I
how
love
the
it, man.
podcast was born.
I love it. You know, we talk about this all the time, right? That's a perfect example, P, of you have to go through the good and the bad to get you to the point that you are today, right? If you did not go through that breakup, technically, if you didn't go through the breakup, then the podcast technically is never born at that time, right? So this is what we this is why this platform is so important, right? We are not just showcasing success. We are showcasing the journey that it takes to be successful and what that looks like in real time. And that means your triumphs and your failures, your wins and your losses, right? So because that relationship didn't work out and you had the energy and you had the emotion and you had just so much that you wanted to get out, that is how the podcast was born and you were able to do it. So, you know, first of all, shout out to your friend for even for even giving you the idea to do that, because look,
shout out.
where you are today.
I call her my manager. Anytime I have something new, she's the first person I run it through, and
there it is.
Figure it out. She doesn't like being on the limelight, social media, but she's a big part of Talk Shit with him.
I love it.
And
I
ladies,
was gonna say, let's keep it all the way real, bro. Like, I want to tell Quincy, because it takes a lot of people that want to start podcasts and a lot of people that want to create content don't really understand what goes into it.
Yeah,
the sacrifice that it goes in. So that's why the main question I asked you is, what's the reason? It's got to be something that you love, right? Like P is saying, like, she was in depression. It was something of an escape to her to help other people. By helping other people, she was helping herself. Right. We started the shit I started as a sales thing, but when it was stuffy, I'm sitting there talking about business shit, but it wasn't fun. So I'm like, yo, fuck, I don't care about the business shit. Who the fuck are you? Like it's COVID. Are you with your kids? Are you doing this? What's that? And we started getting CEOs, and they started coming in, and it started being a safe place for them. And then we brought Cuzzo on, and we just started elevating and escalating. And this is just something we want to do for the culture. So it's like, even if we don't get bread from it, we don't get the show will go on because there's a bigger purpose for us.
Right.
And just to add on that, because you're gonna wanna quit so many times in the beginning, because it is a lot. Trust me. Like people assume when you have a podcast, it's just the recording part and every other thing happens magically. But having your why or your purpose helps you not quit. Like there are times I've quit and then I get an email or a message, somebody telling me how much did the episode touch them, and it's a reminder why the fuck I was doing this in the past. And sometimes you won't get those messages, but just reminding yourself is essential. Or surrounding yourself with people who remind you why you're fucking doing it.
And that's the thing. Like I know why I'm doing it. And then it's like a lot of kids, they need to see it. They need to read this. We need to illustrate it for them at the end of the day, because they don't have this opportunity to see, especially me being law enforcement, especially guys that do other things that they never experience. You know what I mean? Like, so they have to see that other side. You know what I mean?
Still in law enforcement, bro?
Yeah, he's active. Exactly.
So if you still act, I think that's the lane, bro. I think you can make yourself in advance your career in a way that no other cop has done is by showing them what it's actually like being a cop and dealing with the community in a way they're supposed to be dealt with.
Yeah.
There's nobody doing that. There's nobody in the, you might
Right.
see little videos of like cops shooting ball and all, but like
Yeah,
the real
but
shit.
they're not talking about what need to be talked about. And
Exactly.
So Quincy, what my cousin is doing is he's giving you the source right now, right?
Yeah.
One of the major things that we like to do is we like to educate people, right? So technically, I have to ask you this one question to start off the conversation. Are you starting your podcast as a hobby, or do you want to actually change the culture? Do you want to turn this into a business that eventually, like, you know, understand I'm saying, this can support your family? That's a very viable question. So I need you to answer that first. Is this just going to be a hobby of yours, or are you serious about this?
To answer your question, it was never a hobby for me. It's about informing people.
There it is.
I want to inform people because I'm making enough money for it not to be a hobby for me. I don't want to be a hobby. I want to introduce something different for these young guys that are growing up without a mom, a dad, grandparents. Like I want them to know that it's something outside of this, besides the individuality of being something that what media depicts you to be.
I love that answer. Now understand this, right? We just gave you the fucking source, right? P is she has one of the number one podcasts out. Our podcast is charting.
Thank you.
What we're doing is we're giving you the source because we don't believe in gatekeeping, right? We don't believe in gatekeeping. We just gave you your lane. There is nobody in your lane that is law enforcement that has a podcast that connects law enforcement to the community with communication to bridge that gap. Not saying you have to do that, but one of the number one rules in business to create a successful business.
Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
I grew up in the hood.
Well,
that's the major thing.
That's
the recipe. That's some of the sauce.
So that's what business. So when you want to have a successful business, one of the first things that you want to do is you want to solve a problem.
Message.
So when you solve a problem, then you skyrocket. The problem is there is not enough communication between law enforcement and the community. And we see what happens in real time when communications break down. People lose their fucking lives and the community's in an uproar and things go haywire, right?
Absolutely.
A very good informational segment for you just to think about. You don't have to take this route, right? Yeah. But you have a unique perspective and opportunity to bridge the gap because you're from the community. You're from the community.
I was about to say you're
right.
Our own.
Right, you're from the community.
People hear
they're gonna relate to you.
Years.
There it is. Yeah. You have relatability. You
have a
right?
nice niche right now.
There it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, we don't know the name of it yet, but just know that Quincy podcast has been born right here on Morning. we have just created Quincy podcast right here.
And I appreciate you guys.
I'm gonna do what my younger brother does. We need a date because talk is there's too much talk.
Accountability.
Put you on.
Listen, I'm gonna give you guys this. I'm gonna give you guys this.
She putting you on the spot, Quincy.
My name is Quincy, right? So I'm gonna add my IG is q.uinc.y. That's it.
Put it in the private chat, bro.
Put it in the private chat, and we'll put it up on the screen, right?
What is the chat here? Is the chat wrong?
Yeah, it's a private chat. Yeah, just
put it in the chat, and we're gonna put it up. So while you guys are on the screen, right? We're gonna talk about a couple of topics. I'm glad you guys joined. This is gonna be a hell of an episode. It's
gonna be low. I gotta be right back.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah. So while you guys are on the screen, also we're gonna talk about a couple of topics that are, you know, in the media nowadays, you know, right now, hot topics and things of that nature, just to talk about what's going on in the culture and kind of get your take on it, right? We started the show by, you know, saying rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan, right? Now,
that was not news I was expecting to hear today.
Right. Well, nobody that I know was expecting to hear that, right? But let's talk about it. First of all, this world is showing us in real time. This world is showing us in real time that economics does not matter. What your money is does not matter. How you live does not matter. When it's your time to go. Yep. When it's your time to go, it's your time to go. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, we have to be sure that the time that we have here on earth is impactful, right? Impactful, that we are remembered, right? So what do you think about, you know, the fact that this young brother, and we don't know the cause of his untimely passing, but you know, just for him passing at an age of 33 years old, Paula, you know, just hearing of something like that, what's your initial reaction? How do you feel about that?
It's very sad to see young people die, but then I don't think even when it comes to death, it's so weird, right? It's not like I want to see all the people die, but it's also like they still have a longer life ahead compared to the old people. Like, excuse me, bitch, you've already lived. You don't need to be 100. Like, get out. But it's also.
I know that really wasn't for that, but that was the best reaction that I could give you, P. That was crazy. Get out, P.
No, but not in an offensive way. Like, I feel like once you make it to 80, 90, like, come on, man. I don't think even they want to keep on living. I mean, there's some who still look, they're killing it there, but there's some you see still struggling at 90, 100, like, you know, it's like, but then the young ones dying, right? But this is also a reminder because especially as Black people, right? Mm-hmm. There are certain ways of living that we didn't think it was for us. You know, you see white people doing it and you think it's for white people, but yeah, we don't know the cause, and sometimes every death has its own issues, but sometimes we have to look at ourselves and be like, I gotta also change my lifestyle at some point, right?
Yes.
And this, I'm talking to me myself, because I was looking at the pictures from Podcast Movement, and boy, almost every picture I have a beer, and I'm like, okay, I need to cut this shit out, because even bartenders
you got a beer in the frame right now, Pete. I see that Budweiser in the frame right now.
You know, that's like a tall boy too. Right? It's a tall boy. It ain't a regular boy. That ain't even it's a tall boy. I ain't mad at it. I don't judge.
What is going on?
Yo, matter of fact, Budweiser, cut the check.
Yo, cut
the check.
Budweiser at this point.
Cut the check.
I'm done enough free promo for y'all. Everybody knows I drink Budweiser, but it was even the bartenders at the hotel, as soon as they saw me coming, knowing, oh, Budweiser, and I'm like, shh, calm down. Like, but you know, so I know, I gotta, you know, slow down.
I'm sorry,
you know,
all the noise in
certain
here.
Things. Eat better. I don't eat as much vegetables. I don't eat healthy. I really don't be working out because I'm very active in very different various activities. So I feel like, but it's also, I need to go to the gym, like just doing cardios or yoga, or, you know, there's some health ways we need to change to get ourselves better and maybe not die younger. So I can't blame the old bitches and niggas who are still alive, because probably they're living their lives healthy.
I'm gonna be
let me cheers to that. Can we cheers to that?
Cheers to 95, man. I'm gonna keep the camera rolling.
Listen, Paula, let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you something right, motherfucker. Now I'm gonna look like this at Lord willing, or, you know, whatever you want to say, Lord willing, you know, inshallah, whatever you want to say. I'm gonna look like this till I go. You understand? Now, P is the realest, Meek.
P is the realest,
Meek. Listen,
I feel like this episode is gonna give
and
you
in
the
person.
most downloads ever, and you're gonna want me over all the time now.
Listen,
but, you know,
listen. Hold on, Paula. Listen. Hold on, Paula. Listen, Mika, listen. P is like this shit worse. If you think this is something, you got to meet P in person. Her fucking she is like the Energizer Bunny.
She was there podcast movement.
No, I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, like, she is the Energizer Bunny.
I try to filter myself here because of
you know, I know
that.
Right.
You never know where it's going. But in person, I have no filter. I've said that most. And sometimes they've been caught on camera, you know. One day if I become president or something, I know this shit gonna come
you're gonna be president the way you talking.
That's why I don't tweet these days so much, because it's gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah, shit. I just stay away from religion and politics. Other than that, I'm talking shit with people.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Quincy, from your perspective as growing up in urban America, more often than not, let's not talk about law enforcement. Let's just talk about your experiences growing up in Lambert. I know Lambert. I visit there all the time, right?
Okay.
Growing up,
the block.
yes, a fact. Growing up in Lambert projects, we have seen a lot of our friends pass away at a young age, right? For you to see Rich Homie Quan pass away at 33 after now being successful and things of that nature, initially, without knowing the cause of his death, just the initial reaction, how do you feel about that as just a young man losing his life at the age of 33?
All right. So you said not to bring law enforcement in it, but
right.
It's,
right, because we don't know the cause of death, right? We don't know the cause of death. We just talking.
I'm gonna speak.
You on mute, cuzzo.
I'm not saying they say it's an overdose right now. That's what's being
recorded.
That's
what they're saying.
TMZ and all the other.
It's OD, but
damn.
I'm gonna say it in the sense of losing a friend and a partner at a young age. You know what I mean? So like you said, not to be in law enforcement, but my career took me places that I don't want for anybody to be in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when you said that, it's like, and then when you went to the Rich Homie Quan and losing somebody, it's a lot for me. Like I don't want to get to it. It has nothing to do with law enforcement. You know what I mean? So my story with my partner, and the guy that I worked with early in my career, he was awesome. Laughed, his laugh. We laughed. You can laugh 10 yards away. It's him laughing. Everybody knew. When he died, it took a lot out of me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So to answer the Rich Homie Quan aspect of it, it's like somebody was that to Rich Homie Quan.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Message.
Him being who he is to the public is one thing, but him being to his best friend or to the person that he worked with in regards to making music and everything, that's something else.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So for me, when I lost my partner when he died at 32 years old, I have a different view on it because he's 34. He's young.
Yeah.
It still hits home regardless because I still see my partner when he dies.
That's a fact, bro.
I'm
not gonna lie. I would love to share with you. I have the same. It hits me. It's different too, bro. One of my best friends. I don't think I've ever shared this on the podcast. One of my best friends. Yeah, one of my best friends.
Time out. Hold on.
I'm glad.
Yeah, no, let's get it.
No, hold on. But if you're gonna share a story, we got to go in the third period. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Let's get in the third period, bro. So I'm 20 years old, bro. Actually, right after high school, there's a dude on my building, man. His name was K, man. God rest his soul. I love his brother to death, man. He moved into my building. I never really actually chill with people in the building, something like that. Caught on social with him. Me and him just started chilling. Long story short, we started hustling together. For about 2 years. You know what I'm saying? We was making a lot of money together. And long story short, we would do everything together. And we fell out over some light paper. I ain't speak to him for a month. And mind you, I'm on the second floor. He lived on the fourth floor. Didn't see him for a whole month. Yada, yada, yada. I'm chilling at my right-hand man, Flacco's house. And I get a call from him like, yo, bro, sorry, I fucked up on that paper. Just know I love you, man. Just come see me. Stop what you're doing. Come see me right now. And I'm going to make sure you're right. I'm going to take care of everything. We're going to settle it up. Something told me, I'm sitting there smoking. Something told me just stop everything. I just stopped everything I was doing. Like, yo, I'm going to catch y'all later. I'm going to go check my bro. I ain't speak to him. Yada, yada, yada. I get there, bro. He gives me the money he owes me. And he gives me two bags of bud. And when just looked at me, was like, yo, bro, I'm tired, man. My fault, man. There's been some real shit going on, but I'm just tired, man. I'm going to go take a shower. And you know what I mean? I'm just tired. I'm going to hit you when I get up, bro. I'm like, I bet, bro. I love you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't get to chill. No, it was one of those quick ones. I go downstairs. I'm smoking the bud that he gave me. I look outside. There's an ambulance outside. The ambulance comes in. I would never think it's my brother. I'm thinking it's like mad old people in the building. Who knows? I'm not going outside. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, as soon as I go outside the next day, his wife is in front of the building and told me he passed away of a heart attack 20 minutes after I saw him. And I didn't speak to him for a whole month or two before then. And I'm talking about we did music together. He was paying for studio time. He was 36. We did the grips together. We was taking the hood over. That was my big brother. And he died from a fucking heart attack at 36 years old.
Look how God puts us all together to talk about our stories, right?
So you remind. I have a story to share too, because now you're
Go ahead, P.
Let's do it.
Go ahead.
So there was this rapper in Tanzania. It was like the Tupac of Tanzania, right? It was talented as fuck. Young kid. Me and him became friends accidentally. He texted the wrong number. And I was in boarding school at that time in Uganda. And we just started talking. And when I went home, because I was in boarding school, so I never had TV, so I never saw music videos. Like, I knew songs, but I never knew music videos, so I didn't know how a person looked like.
Right.
And then when he came to see me, that's when I was like, oh, fuck. All this time we were talking, he didn't say that's who he was. And we became very good friends. Like, legit, he dated one of my cousins. But he was like my best friend. And I went home for holidays, this time when I was studying in Malaysia. And he texted me, I was like, yo, P, I'm at this place playing poker, come see me. I'm like, oh, I'm close by, I'll come see you in a bit. He was like, no, come, we're about to leave, and I really want to see you because I'm going to South Africa tomorrow. I was like, cool. I went, I saw him, hugged him, we took a picture. He went to South Africa, I went back to Malaysia. That was the time of those BBMs, right? You know, ping, ping, ping. You remember how annoying pings were?
Yeah.
He used to fucking ping me, and we were both Lil Wayne fans, and his favorite song was She Will. So he would ping me, and then just write She Will statuses. I started complaining, so I muted him. And then one day I was talking to my guys who were smoking. I was like, man, I haven't heard from him in a minute. He hasn't pinged me. So I started pinging him. No response. The next day I wake up, I go on Twitter. Nigga, all did. And that shit was like...
It's crazy, yo.
So all our stories, we go for...
Wait, hold on. I got one.
Oh, we gonna go around the board. Let's do it.
Let's go. We're in a full circle.
Hold on, I'm gonna share one. Yo, sleep in peace to my man P, man. My man Packy, man. This is a dude. When I first came home in 2001, I went to the Marines. 17 years old, signed up, did 5, came back 2001. Went back to the block, right? Yeah, I had a real job, but you know, let's reconnect with the hood, right?
Besides that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So me and Pac link up. You understand what I'm saying? And he was hustling, you know, getting money. We getting money together. But he was a genuine soul. You dig what I'm saying? And when I say like we did everything together, man, we did everything together. You dig me? And the crazy shit about it is like we was so much alike, man. We were so much alike that it was crazy, right? And we never, when I say never, at that time I think I had the Denali. So I would load the Denali up. This one, yo, shout out to my man Robbie Rob knew Pac, man. We used to go fuck with Robbie Rob when Robbie Rob was DJing at what used to be Broadway Arcade on 42nd Street, where BBQs is now at. Where BBQs is,
I know that spot.
That used to be called Broadway Arcade, bro. Robbie Rob used to go right then, bro. We talking back then.
I know what you're talking about.
All right.
Oof.
So we used to go down there. And I'm talking, man, like everywhere. Puerto Rican Day Parade. We had matching Vansons. We did everything, man. I mean, everything. We used to fucking Labor Day just passed. We used to go to Club Speed on the Sundays before, then go to Juve. And we had a falling out. Over something that was real minor, but you know, Leos, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know me, cause of my personality, like when you know, I need time to decompress.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm never petty, bro. What I try to explain to people is everybody is different and everybody goes through their progressions, and you have to allow them to go through their progressions in the same form that you want to go through your progressions. My process is not your process, right? So even though you might get over things very quickly, I need a different timeline and I need a different way to get through what I'm getting through to be able to come to the table and have this conversation. Long story short, man, I think it was on his birthday, man, which is a couple days before, you know, my B-Day, man. He had called me. Mind you, I told you we never partied in the Bronx. Whenever we was gonna party, I pick him up. We go to Manhattan. He had went to a club, man, on Tremont. I think it was the Fever. You know what I'm saying? On Tremont
Oh,
Ave,
the
right
Fever?
there.
Oh,
The
okay,
Fever.
I'm
You know what I'm
sorry.
saying?
Bronx,
Nah, that's a
Big
fact.
Bronx,
Everybody
yeah.
know the Fever. And he had on, he was a blood, and he had on an all red Dickie suit. And a guy got into it in the club with another dude that had on the same outfit. Had nothing to do with him at all. Now he had called me. I was living on Webster Avenue. He had called me and said, "Yo, bro, listen, we ain't been talking in a month. It's my B-day. Come on, man. I don't want to on guard, man,
fight.
on everything." He was like, "Yo, I don't want to go to this fucking club in the Bronx. Let's go downtown. I don't want to spend, we don't do this shit." But something was like, "Don't leave your house." I can't tell you what it was, man. Something was like, "Do not leave this fucking house. Stay in the house, man." And I did not come out. I said, "Listen, I'll fuck with you tomorrow. I love you. Happy birthday, but I'm not leaving this fucking house, man." Long story short, a dude got into it with another dude in the club at that time. Fight broke out, knife. It was a lot of shit. His girlfriend was with him. My homies was with him. They left the club and actually got in the car and drove away. So they left. But because his girlfriend was in the club, they turned the car around. When they turned the car around, the police pulled them over because I think they did an illegal U-turn or some shit like that. And my man that was driving or whatever, I think he ended up getting arrested or something. They got out the car. In the middle of him walking down the middle of the street, a guy mistook him for the guy that he was arguing with. They pulled up in the car and just started shooting. His girlfriend was out there. He shielded his girlfriend. He jumped on top of her and shielded her because the guy was just shooting, and he ended up getting killed in the middle of the street. You understand what I'm saying? And that shit is sat with me. I have mixed emotions about that every time it's B-Day come up and all that. That was my fucking right hand, man. I love that nigga like cook food. I don't even know. Like P said, something said do this. Like Jarrett, you said something said drop everything you were doing and go see him, but something told me do not leave the house. You understand what I'm saying? So you understand what I'm saying? Like he was in his 30s also, very young, and I just look at things like this and it gives us a perspective on life to say like this shit is precious, man. We only get one shot at this. Is not a fucking video game, man. There's no reset. There's no pulling the plug out before it saves. There's no take the memory card out. We get one shot at this shit, man. And unfortunately, the decisions that we make sometimes from day to day can adversely affect us to the point to where we can lose our lives. Intuition is powerful. Absolutely.
One thing we all have in common with our stories is we follow our intuition. So always follow your intuition.
All of us here today.
Let me piggyback what that YouTuber said. Let me tell you how
her name Maya. Shout out to Maya Ella. Shout out to you, mama.
Shout out,
so
baby.
Maya, let me tell you how powerful intuition is, right? Me and my cousin did music. We did a bunch of things. I've been fucking with him. Huh?
That was a bit me completely.
Okay, I got you. Me and my cousin been doing music and things of that nature. Me and my cousin been doing music and we've done a lot of things, but we didn't make it a business, right? For whatever reason, we didn't. When my cousin came to me with this podcast thing and he said, "Cuzzo, I'm ready. Let's turn this into a business." My intuition said, "This is the moment you've been waiting for right here." He's where he needs to be.
And that's what you need, man.
Yeah, this is where he needs to be. He's at where he needs to be now. You where you need to be. Make this shit happen. Not only that, but our intuition said, fuck corporate America. Fuck our 9-to-5 jobs. We quit. We both make high 6 figures, both easily 200-300K. And we walked out of all that shit and said, fuck that shit. Intuition said, this is our purpose in life. This is what we was put here to do. We had to go through what we went through to bring us to the point to where we came together to create this platform. And this is why we're not stopping. This is why we do this shit 2 times a week. And this is why rain, sleet, hail, snow, this platform will continue to go forward because we're doing it for the culture and we were put here to do this.
Let me back.
You gotta give me screaming, baby.
Can I backpack? I'm sorry. Go, Paula.
I'm gonna be real quick. But even me, do you know I was not supposed to come to PM? Like everybody, even when I went to Empowered in June where I celebrated my birthday, everybody was asking me, "Are you coming to Podcast Movement?" I was like, "No, I did not have a ticket. I did not have anything. I didn't even have a flight." Then when I came back, mid-July, something was telling me in my heart, you need to be at Podcast Movement. I was like, the fuck? Something was just telling me.
So
And I went and I posted a post, and I was like, I want to go to Podcast Movement. Whoever can help me with a ticket, whatever. Podcast Movement reached out to me. Get on this, do this, come here. I ended up with a ticket and a flight. Until the last week, I didn't even know where I was staying.
I love that.
Just
I love that.
Following that. And I am glad I went, because everything that came out from that trip is things that I've been waiting for and needing, and I got them in that trip.
Listen, so what speaks fruition to me, like it's commendable, 100%. You know what I mean? So what you said is like, it gravitates towards me in the sense of like, I keep reading how has
we off that. We about to change the topic.
Yeah, we can change the topic. Yeah, we can change that.
I keep reading that, but it's like when I was going back to what y'all said, you know, all of y'all, fruition, like me personally, my partner was my partner. Like, I seen him more than I seen my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a lot of people don't realize it. Like, being a law enforcement, being who you are and doing what you need to do, it takes a lot out of you, because you got to deal with everybody else's problems, right? Yeah. And you got to go home and deal with yours.
Facts.
Nobody don't know that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you guys, you know, introducing me to the world, man. To, you know, in the sense of like having an opportunity to be here and being able to express myself. So I appreciate you guys, everybody. Paula, Jay, Cuzzo. You know what I mean? I appreciate all of y'all.
It's love, bro. This is what it's supposed to be. Like Cuzzo said, man, we did it with a purpose, bro. I actually think it's a good time to make the announcement. Do you want to make the announcement, Cuz? I think there's a good time to do something positive.
I mean, listen, let's do it. Let's talk about it, man. Fuck it. Why not? Let's do it, man.
Why not? All right. So then this is the grind. 2.5 years of the grind. We will be the official podcast sponsor official podcast of Black Week. This year, October 15th to 18th, we will be rocking it. We are the only podcast on the set. We will be on an activation with Procter & Gamble. We will be with some of the biggest Black names in the industry, and we are having our own experience and more than a title, y'all. So I can't wait.
Jarrett,
to Shannon Sharp, everybody's
Jarrett, excuse me. God is good.
God is great, bro.
I am very happy to hear this news, because I know how much they've been working for this, and I know they were talking about this, and so to see them actually deliver on the shit they wanted to do, like, I am so proud of y'all.
Nice,
it's a wonderful experience. I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to really express myself. It's been a while. I held a lot in me, but I want everybody to be here. We are family at the end of the day.
That's a fact.
Keep pushing. Go ahead.
Keep going. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, keep pushing, keep striving, and keep being who you are, man. Because without y'all, we can't have this opportunity because of y'all. And I just want to let y'all know now. I thank you guys, both of you, for giving us the opportunity. Bro. Listen, I do my job, and I do my job well.
That's it.
And, you know, nobody stop me for what I do. I make 6 figures too, but at the end of the day,
my boy getting to the bag, baby.
I ain't mad at it.
Listen, hold on. Let's talk about that real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, like, in today's climate, be clear. The national average, especially in New York, is below 40,000. Below 40,000, right? And if you ever had any inkling of how things are calculated, all you have to do, let me give you a little bit of information. Every state has a different unemployment rate.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say, I didn't know that, well, let me explain it to you. Every state has a different unemployment rate. Unemployment is based off of the actual state's average from what the lowest person makes in the state to what the highest person makes in the state, and then they average it out, and that's how you get an unemployment rate, right? That's why some states' unemployment rate is actually double or some maybe even triple New York's unemployment rate. And you would say, well, how is that possible? Well, New York is the financial capital of so many things, right? But the disparity between how many people make that much money and the people that make so much of a lower wage is so extravagant that's how you get that type of a number, right? So
Absolutely.
when this brother sits here and says proudly that he makes 6 figures, that's because where we came from, the only way to make 6 figures, honestly, from where we came from was hustling. Hustling. That's the bottom fucking line, right? Most of us did not grow up in a household where our parents made 6 figures. That's just the bottom line.
And let me tell the people that's watching, I've had both my parents. They still struggled, but they still provided for us.
Right.
I make 6 figures because I fought for it. I worked for it at the end of the day. I am because I strive and I push myself. I didn't want to be like everybody else.
Right. And let me say this: you to get the 6 figures, you got to start at 1 figure, 2 figures, and you keep going. So you're
Absolutely.
at 6. So you're at 6. So with your mentality and your work ethic, and if you start this podcast and you do the things right, then your next statement is, I make 7 figures. Then your
Absolutely.
next statement is, I make 8 figures, and continuing
Absolutely.
on to that, right?
So let me say this. If I make 8 figures, 7, 8 figures, you guys make 7, 8 figures because we here a family. We gotta look out for each other.
There it is.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You guys gonna do what you gotta do. Paula's gonna do what she gotta do. At the end of the day, we a family. We gotta push ourselves. We gotta push each other. If I make the millions of dollars, you guys are rich. If you make millions of dollars, I want to make sure I'm rich because we family. I want to earn it still, regardless. I still want to earn it.
Can't skip the steps, man.
Yeah. I don't want to. Just so you know, though, Quincy, I don't want to be rich. Just so you know.
Okay.
I don't want.
You want to be you'll be financially wealthy.
No. I want to be wealthy. Rich. You could go broke being rich. What is rich? Rich is technically, your interpretation of what rich is.
Why I interpret rich is wealthiness as well as being incorporated with your family. You have to be intertwined with your family, your friends, with your mom and dad, with your sister and brother, with your cousins. That's rich.
Okay.
Being wealthy is a money aspect.
Well, no.
We're talking about the glow. What did the last dragon say? To get the glow, you gotta be in touch, mind, body, spirit. Right. Everything entwined. To get that glow. To get that glow.
Not even. Well, let me correct. Let me just correct you for a second, Quincy, because
all right.
Let me explain this to you right off the back. See, when I was born in the projects, even though I was in poverty, I had a wealthy mindset. See, absolutely. Rich and poor is a mindset. Poverty is not an economic situation; it's a mindset. Let's be very clear on this message. Poverty is not an economic situation. It is a mindset, right? I never, ever had a poverty mindset. I've always had a wealthy mindset, right? Yes, I lived in poverty and that was my economic situation at that time. But when I knew better, I did better. I continued to climb up the ladder, right? But I've always had a wealthy mindset. And within that wealthy mindset, I will piggyback what you said. Wealth is always not only an economic state of stability, but bringing my family and bringing my friends along with me and elevating multiple people within my circle. So I'm with you on that. But I just want to be clear on that.
I agree with you. I apologize. Misspoken words. 100%.
Not all good. All good. But I just want to let you know, because you can be. Look, watch this. Watch this. Let me show you something, Quincy. Look. Me and my cousin could sit here and tell you, like, we ain't got no money. We ain't got no money, right? We ain't got no money, but guess what? The plans that we put together, the things that we do, how we put this together, that's a mindset, right? So you work in law enforcement, right? What is the number one things they say about being incarcerated? They can lock up your body, but they cannot lock up what? Your mind, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about right there, right?
You know what?
We got to pay some bills. We'll be right back.
If we ain't, why the fuck you on the show if you ain't buying the shit merch?
So
buy the fucking merch so he can be back.
Let me say one thing. Buy
the fucking merch.
I've misspoke in the sense of
you good.
No, because here's the problem. A lot of these young niggas, I can't say that. I'm sorry.
No problem.
A lot of these young niggas don't understand learning from the OGs and understanding what they coming from and what they have to and it's true, in the sense of explaining, right? So when you told me, I sat here and I listened. I've taught me being where I'm at in my career and what I do now, they don't listen. That's what I want to go on to. Like a lot of these guys, they don't listen to the sense of the older crowd. You know what I mean? Like I love the jewels, bro. I love it. But these
I was gonna let him finish though. I was gonna let him finish a little bit though.
Did you just go
Pause.
Hey, yo.
He gave you 3. Yo, chill, he gave you 3.
So that just goes to show I'm speaking facts.
Wait, Quincy. I don't think we've had a guest that have gotten all 3 back to back.
My bad, because they were close together.
We've never had a guest got all 3 back to back.
I swear to you guys,
That's
I appreciate
crazy.
the love, man. I really do, man. Once my podcast get going, I want all you guys to be here. My first episode, I want all of y'all.
I asked you for a date. You ain't gave me a date. You ended up giving me an Instagram handle. I don't know what the Instagram handle got to do with a date.
Wait, time out. Wait, Quincy. Understand, P don't play no games.
She bought it.
That was the political answer. What she's telling you is,
raise up, gonna be trouble. And what she's also saying is,
listen, what's the date, Quincy?
Listen,
you're not running
guys.
around this motherfucker.
I asked the date.
Listen. What's the date you gonna start your podcast? We're holding you accountable.
Listen. P. Jarrett, Cuzzo.
Yo.
Give us a date.
I'm in law enforcement, so I can't give you the exact date because I get hit for overtime.
You can give us
that's no excuse.
Nope.
That's no excuse.
All right, never start that way.
Listen, okay.
You're not gonna ever start it. You're gonna keep saying, "Oh, you know that overtime hits. I ain't gonna start yet because
wait. No. Let me do this. No. Well, let me educate Quincy real quick. Hold on, Quincy. Before you respond, let me educate you real quick.
All right.
This is a podcast. Just in case you didn't know, let me put it out there for anybody. This is a great segue for information for anybody thinking of starting a podcast.
Yes.
For anybody that's thinking of starting a podcast, be clear. Most of the podcasts that are in creation are audio only.
Facts.
Audio only. There is no video component. You don't have to have a phone. You don't have to have an expensive camera. You don't have to have anything. It's audio only. So
move the Q over and move the Y over. Then you got me.
Okay. So just so you know, Quincy, right? And we don't know the format in which you're going to start your podcast, but understand, like anything in life, things can evolve. You can start your podcast as audio only, even though you work. And let me tell you something. You work and you do overtime, but let me tell you something, bro. I work, I do overtime. I used to live on a job. I used to do a fucking 100 hours a week.
We all got shit.
That's a fact, right?
You're preaching to the choir.
Hold on, Quincy. But one thing I will tell you is if you are in law enforcement, you work for the city, you know what that means? You get a motherfucking lunch break. And on that lunch break, you can pull out your phone and record an audio message or audio note, just getting out your thoughts. That's a whole hour. Now, your podcast doesn't have to start off an hour, but what you can do is record your thoughts.
40.
That's a fact.
That's
a fact. So hold on. So what we're doing is, this is what you need. See, this is what real friends are, right? We are giving you the education to say there is no excuse because you have downtime. There's downtime when you take your lunch breaks. There's downtime you live up in Orange County. You drive to the city to work. That's at least an hour. What are you doing within that hour? You can record it within that hour. See, this is what real friendship and support looks like, right?
There's a podcast who's a garbage collector.
I love that.
And
Thank you.
somebody was telling me this guy was recording his podcast as he was going through the garbage, like picking up garbage, and people enjoyed it because they could hear like he was talking about his job, but they were like on a trip with him as well. He didn't let it stop him. Like, okay, if you want your time at home to just chill, then make time throughout the day. Because if you're making excuses before you started, that's why we say it's going to take you sacrificing certain things, missing out on certain things. So if you are already making excuses before you start, I don't know if you should even fucking start.
Paula, hold on, wait, Paula.
Already having excuses, I don't see it. You're gonna need a lot more after you start.
Can I talk now?
Wait, hold on, Quincy. Paula, I met you in person, but I'm gonna tell you right now.
You have my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
You got my attention, but
she right.
Real. See, Quincy. Quincy, look.
Let me talk.
This is what we need to bring the culture forward, right? We're holding you accountable, right? We're saying you want to create something. Now, let's be clear. I want you to understand this and hear me, right? This is what's called fan appreciation. We do this once a month to allow people like you and other people to come on that already have established businesses and stuff, promote their business. But be clear, right? Paula's podcast is already established. The clientele that she gets is crazy. Normally, our podcasts are C-suite individuals only. We interview millionaires and billionaires. Let's be clear, right? We are giving you this platform in this time because we believe in you, right? Because we believe in you, but because we believe in you, we are not going to fucking sugarcoat your ass. You understand? This is the tough love that you need.
And this is what I need.
That's a fact.
I'm not taking it. I'm never sensitive. It's a lot of cops that are fucking sensitive. Let me be clear. I'm not that guy. I grew up in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you saying to me? This
I don't know. You're kind of looking like this right now.
Can I speak?
I don't know.
Don't do me like that, ref.
You gotta do a side by side.
Don't do me like that, ref.
Basel buy your merch while you laughing.
That's the flag over there. But no,
all right, so let me all jokes aside. Let me say.
Here we go. All right, here we go.
You guys are not cops.
No.
That's one. So the things I've said is like what you said, Cuzzo, is 100% right. I could drive and I can illustrate because of the hour for me to take to get to where I need to get to.
Correct.
That's the only thing that's correct right now.
And get home. That's another hour, just so you know.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not speaking about that. 100%. You're absolutely right, but I'm not talking about that getting home. You know, that's given in the sense of you need to get home, protect yourself, protect everybody that's around you. 100%. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the business aspect of this. Right?
Okay, let's do it.
So my job, especially, can't say where I'm at.
Gotcha.
But my job where I'm at inclines for me to when they call you, you got to be there. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's why this is very vital for me to come to your podcast and come to you, and you guys are giving me all the jewels. I love it, and I appreciate you guys 100%. This is why I want you.
I feel like you're just bullshitting right now. No,
my bad. We said
we gonna get your ass every fucking time you do that shit.
I don't know if it's the drinking, but you're just bullshitting because we have nurses who are also on call and they have they still do this shit. We got we have people who have to do a full-time job, go home and be a wife and a mother, and still record and
regardless. So, let me cut you off. Regardless, you guys are not law enforcement.
Hold on, let me ask you this question. Hold on, time out. Let me say this. Wait, hold on, Paula. Even though I'm not law enforcement, I have a very extensive. Even though I'm not law enforcement, I have a very extensive knowledge of how the organization that you're with works, and you know that, right?
You know that.
Let me ask you this question because I've done everything, right? Even taking the test, I scored 100 and be clear, I've taken the NYPD test. I didn't want to. My sister forced me. I scored 105 and the whole shit.
Who told you I was NYPD?
Huh? Listen, all I want to say is this. If there's a situation, because I know certain law enforcement agencies do not allow you to own businesses and things of that nature. I do know that aspect. Hold on. I do know that aspect. There's certain stipulations that come with being law enforcement that you understand what I'm saying, that you have to maneuver a certain way. I do know that. Absolutely. All we're saying is this. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
This thing can always evolve, right? If the aspect is to truly give back to the people, what I'm saying is there has to be a start point. Even if it's you uploading, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm on my drive to work, here's my thoughts. This is what I experienced yesterday, blah, blah, blah. Even 20 minutes. It always saying to you, Quincy, is everything has to have a start point. You just said
that wasn't my point.
Let me hear it.
That wasn't my point. My point is that the career aspect and certain things that you can do and you cannot do.
Right.
That was my point. Paula is stating no excuses, where there are excuses, in a sense of no, hit me out. No.
Let's hear him out.
Let's talk, bro.
Hear me out for a second.
Solutions over excuses. Everything has a solution. I'm just saying, brother.
No, I hear you, but you're not a cop, so you can't.
I'm not a cop.
Because I won't go. Listen, hear me out. I won't go to your job telling you how you need to interact and what you need to do for your job.
But I'm not telling you that. We are talking about podcasting. I'm not talking about you being a cop.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's very vital. I'm not to cut you off.
Then why are you starting a podcast? How can you start a podcast if you already know all these things?
That's a very important question.
No, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
If these are the reasons you excused, how are you going to start a podcast?
That's a very good question.
Bro.
Hear me out, P. Nobody started it. I'm the one that spearheaded it. That's why I'm here.
I'm asking, how are you going to start it if these are the excuses? Like,
not excuses.
Let me say, if these are the problems you have for you not starting it, or you not being sure when you can start it, how are you going to start it? That's my question.
That's a very valid question. Because let me backtrack that. What she's saying is, if this is your career and you're a young individual, right? You're young. You just stated that you're in your early 30s, which means that you might have a long-term career ahead of you, right? Absolutely. What she's saying is, if you know that this is this situation now, then technically this is going to be the situation continually for years to come. So what you're saying
absolutely.
How are you going, if you know this is the situation and the stipulation, how are you going to find a solution to get around it? Or are you just going to say, I wanted to do it, but because of my career, I could not actually execute it?
This is why I'm here.
Here we go.
I'm spearheading.
Okay.
This is me spearheading things. Everybody that's watching it today, this is me spearheading, because at the end of the day, it is always political, regardless of how you say it, how you interpret it. It's political. Okay. I'm spearheading it because I want to spearhead it. I'm gonna be the scapegoat. I'm gonna be that person to want to do, because this is what I want to do at the end of the day. I want to be that person to make kids and people understand me as well as my other side of my career. You know what I mean? Understand me as a person, but understand my career at the end of the day. It's very vital that I have to get to that point where I have to explain, and it's political. Like I said, Paula, it's very political.
But that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, let him finish, Paula. Let him finish first. Hold on, go ahead. Keep going, Quincy.
I hear what you're saying, but it's like you're not a cop, so it's like you're not gonna understand where I'm coming from at a certain aspect.
That's not what she's saying, though.
I know.
Her message is very simple. Her message is very simple. This is a message that we are sending to everybody that is listening. Listen, people.
No,
be
this
clear.
is my point. This is my point.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Trying to get to it. They don't want you to talk. They don't want you to speak your mind at the end of the day. But
and that's why I asked you. Sorry, because I think we're just going round and round here. And that's why I asked you. I hear everything you're saying, but that's why I asked you, if you already know this, how are you gonna go about it? And that's why I back to my earlier point that no excuses, but wait. But we know we have a problem, so solutions. So instead of making excuses, find solutions. And if there are no solutions, then this podcast ain't gonna happen. We're just gonna be talking about our podcast. That's never gonna happen. So that's why I say no excuses. Let's look for solutions. You know, those are your problems. How are you gonna go about them to make this happen?
I got a solution. Wait. I just brainstormed this shit. I got a fucking solution. Here's a solution for you, Quincy. And I'm gonna just throw this at you, just in case the political climate is a little too difficult for you to navigate in the moment. Hear me out. If the political climate is too difficult for you to navigate in the moment, I want you to still have your career. You're supporting your family, and you might create an extended family. And I want you to be able to support that with your career. If the political climate is too difficult for you to navigate on your own, you are now a part of what we call the More Than a Title family. So you're now a part of this family. By you coming on this show, you're now a part of the family. Guess what we can do? We don't have no motherfucking political obligations to any motherfucking body. You dig me? And the same way you came on and just expressed your views right now, you don't own this. You have nothing to do with this. You're just expressing your expertise. So guess what we can do? We can create a segment of this show. Watch me now. Hear me out. Let me cook on this. We could create a segment of this show that gives specific law enforcement views and helps out the community, and you can spearhead that. There it is.
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
That's why I love you.
That's what I was saying. We're here to find solutions, not excuses. I hate excuses.
Hear what I'm saying.
About game plan.
Paula, hear what I'm saying. Please hear me out. Please hear me out.
Listen, you got to tell me, Paula. Paula's wild.
No, it's fine. I live for this pressing.
Yeah.
This is my job. I get it.
Yeah.
Like you're not pressing me. I feel it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And this is coming from love, bro. If I didn't give a
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Wait.
I appreciate
Hold on,
you,
Quincy.
bro.
Hold on. Not only is it coming from love, this is coming from somebody who has successfully navigated this podcast space. Be clear. She's not a newbie to this thing.
Hold on. Move your face to the side in the camera real quick. Put this. There you go.
There you go. Love is love.
Love is love.
Love is love.
You get what I'm saying? Like, Paula,
reversed it. Don't be pussy whip. Whip that pussy. Look, bang, 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 bang.
Don't be trying to whip Paula on the show, Quincy. Don't be trying to reverse it on Paula on the show.
Even Chadeo and
Quincy, don't let me see you do this to Paula on the motherfucking show, Quincy. Listen,
Paula, I appreciate you pressing me.
Yeah, man. Listen,
100%. I appreciate all y'all pressing me.
No. Listen,
once
Paula.
you have me in your life, this is who I'm always gonna be. Like you gonna
No.
certain times you're gonna hate me, but because
No.
You want to hear something? If I pull you over, at least I know who you are.
No. Listen, Paula's not in New York, but listen, hear me out, Quincy. Paula, Cuzzo, back, chime in, because this is an important segment, right?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is what support really fucking looks like. This is what accountability really looks like, right? We can talk about it. We can debate about it, right? And we can make sure that somebody who is saying they want to do. Remember,
Tiffany,
this is
relax.
Meek is on it. Ladies and gentlemen, you need a person like Paula. You need a person that will listen to your dream and say, okay, let's fucking get this thing started. Because let me tell y'all something. There's too many fucking talented people in urban America. Let's bring it back to the hood. It's too many of us that are way too fucking talented, that keep wasting our fucking talents on the wrong things. That's why we keep ending up incarcerated. That's why the recidivism rate is so fucking high, right? Because we are wasting our fucking talents on the wrong thing.
I'm arresting kids that don't need to be arrested.
Right. So
I'm putting myself on a line for kids that grew up the way I grew up. I can't really talk to them.
Right, but
because
you can't save everybody, Quincy. Be clear. This is not to save everybody.
Absolutely.
What this platform is to do is to inspire the ones that are ready for change. Inspire the ones like yourself that are ready for change, that have a game plan, that only need a little bit of push, guidance, and resources to help get that plan moving. That is what Paul is providing you. That's why we brought you on the show. And that's what we're providing you. And that's why this show is so fucking unique, because nobody else is doing it, right? So now we are glad that you came on the show. Paula, we're glad that you came on the show. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for waking me up.
See, listen,
can I give Cuzzo some game? No,
piggyback this shit, Cuzzo.
You talking about the job, bro. Like, I definitely get you with the job and certain things. I'm gonna give you my situation, bro. Before Cuzzo came on the podcast, I was at an agency, bro. Doing a podcast when you're in corporate America is unfucking heard of. Nobody does it, bro. I went to my job. Yeah, I went to my job and was like, I'm not sending 1,000 cold emails. You know what? I'm gonna sit on my ass right here. I'm gonna create content, and I'm gonna create so much good content that they're gonna come to us and give us business. I put my job on the line, my livelihood on the line, and said, I believe in this shit this much. I don't even need a budget. Just watch me cook. Within 3 months, bro, we closed a $500,000 deal at that company that kept us alive during the pandemic. If not, that business would have failed.
There it is.
Straight up and down.
And we horns, hold on.
No, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's taking that bet, bro. It's taking that bet, because where I see it from you is not even with the politics. Is you're gonna add so much value to what you're doing.
Fact.
That the big ups, the white shirts, are gonna look at you and say, "Holy shit, you are doing something that's actually impacting people, and you love your job." And guess what? We're gonna put you front and center. The fucking commissioner gonna know your name if you do this correctly. He gonna know your name on a first name basis. I need to holler, yo, QJ, yo, holler at me.
That's why I need the help, man. I need that.
Just do it. Just do it like Nike, bro. And you got the resources and the family to help you as you go on a journey. But
I love y'all. Paula, Jay, Cuzzo, I love all y'all, man.
Listen, man.
Bro.
Listen.
And also, I want to tell you something.
Yeah, Paula, go ahead. Rock, cook.
It might also be depending on your luck and your connections and your reasons and your why.
I'm not sensitive. Tell me, I'm not sensitive. Tell me like it is. Tell me like it is.
I am
please.
telling you, but that's the way it's coming from. It might take a little while. My podcast started in 2020. In the beginning, it was just something to do out of fun during the pandemic.
Hobby.
A
hobby.
I didn't buy no mic. I didn't have headphones. I was recording on Anchor before it became Spotify. I was recording on Anchor, editing. I was doing all that in there. I didn't have videos. Till season 4. I didn't have. I rebranded in season 3. I didn't have a proper intro, outro until season. So it took time to build. Like, don't wait until to have it perfect. And I reference it to Chris's book, Start Ugly. I started ugly. I was just doing it. I was like, I'm not going to invest until I'm sure I want it. And then when the world opened up, and I was still doing it despite I wasn't on 9 to 5. I was working in retail, so the hours are crazy. There's no 9 to 5. But I was still getting up and making those episodes and editing, and without money, finding ways to attend conferences and taking all the free resources available to just teach myself. And as of today, I'm
learning from y'all, man.
Wait, listen to her, Quincy. Go ahead.
This is on top 5%. I've had over 21 downloads. I'm getting incredible offers. I'm being offered to speak on stages and be paid for shit. So it might be slow, but depending on your why and who you have around you. At that time, I didn't have any people around me because I didn't know anything, right? And I didn't know where I wanted it to go. But now I have people around me who I use their resources. I listen. Sometimes we are always stubborn in learning, but you're always gonna have to be willing to learn and hear people out when they tell you. You don't have to take every advice because everybody's shit is different and everybody works different. But listen and just take it into consideration and be around incredible folks who are doing the damn thing.
There it is.
I'm gonna pray that you be my best friend for the rest of my life.
Yo, Quincy, come on. You can't. That's my Paula. That's my Paula.
First of all,
you're not stealing best friends out this motherfucker. Paula, let him know. You're not stealing best friends out. Paula's
no, we met her first. I saw Paula.
Okay, technically, Jarrett did.
We saw Paula like this.
Quincy, that's my cookie. That's my cookie.
No, Roasted, please. Can I say something real quick?
Wait. One is bear, one is bra. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
Paula, I appreciate all the jewels. I really do. Thank you. I really appreciate that. But this is what closed out the segment, man. This is what we need to do, bro. At the end of the day, this is black people looking out for black people.
That's it.
Being for
That's
us.
it.
And I always do. I didn't even know these fuckers, but as soon as I saw them, I was just like, oh my God, I see black people.
That's it.
In a conference.
Yo, it's all love.
Listen, we wanna thank you, Quincy. Let me tell you something. Also, I want you to take this into consideration. We're gonna send you the clips of this, Quincy, but this is training for you. I want you to pay attention to how you come across on camera. I want you to pay attention to how you answer questions. When we send you these clips, this is all educational information for you to study. So when you start your podcast, your posture, how you answer questions, when you talk, when you listen, this is all educational information that we have made the mistakes and we have.
How did I do so far? This is my.
You did phenomenal. You did phenomenal.
Did okay?
You know why you did phenomenal? You know why you did phenomenal? Because you were your authentic self.
There you go.
There it is.
And you also not to get mad at Paula shit, because I can turn people crazy.
No. Paula, let me tell you, I wasn't mad. I love the constructive criticism. And I'm glad that you told me how it is.
To be in this industry, you need to be able to accept.
That's the fact.
Absolutely.
In order to grow and be a better version of you,
that's a fact.
You need to accept constructive.
Let me say this one thing.
Yeah, it is.
Police officers are very sensitive, but I'm not.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna tell you. Let me compound that. Fuck all that. Human beings are sensitive.
To be honest.
Human beings are sensitive, and that's the reason we have the atrocities that we have.
I'm a sensitive bitch. I'm a sensitive.
Yeah. Listen, y'all don't know my parents, and y'all know my brother.
This shit is great. Yo, listen.
It's been an honor. I love you guys for getting me here. I appreciate everybody.
Now we got you.
Paula, Cuzzo, I love you guys, and I appreciate y'all. I want y'all on my first episode. I swear to God, I want y'all.
We'll make it happen.
What Paula say? Make the date. Set the date.
Yeah. So listen, what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, we put Quincy technically in the hot seat. He didn't know his ass was gonna be in the hot seat, but that's what the hot seat looks like. He handled it well.
I did it well.
No, Quincy, listen. This is unscripted. Quincy, this is unscripted. There is no right or wrong answer. It's only your answer. No, seriously, listen to me. There is no right or wrong answer. This is unscripted, and this is why we do it unscripted, because we want your genuine answer so we can give you the feedback that you need to hear, right? So I want to say, from the More Than the Title family, me and my cousin, we appreciate you for coming on the show. Paula, we love you. We appreciate you for coming on the show. Cousin, what we got coming up next?
Shit, we got Real Talk on Tuesday. We got Warren Zenner, former EVP of Harvest, on September 12th. Then September 17th, we got Larry Hall Jr., the global communication manager at Adidas.
Yes,
he's pulling up. So anybody who does, any basketball player who has a deal, he's a part of those deals. He makes those happen. Then on the 19th, episode 150, we got Tay K's uncle. So if y'all know about the run,
gonna be it's
gonna be crazy. He's gonna talk about the run, what happened to his nephew, how it impacted the family. And then after that, we got Rap Snack CEO James Lindsay coming through. And then after that, we got Doyle Mitchell, owner of the Washington Nationals, pulling up on the 26th.
Wait, another owner. Hold on, let's be clear. Another minority owner of the Washington Nationals, because we already had Paxton Baker on, who's another minority owner of the Washington Nationals. You understand what I'm saying? So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we like to thank you for joining another episode of More Than the Title. Be clear, we do this shit unscripted. We do it for the culture. It's impact over metrics, right?
I like to say thank you for you guys, for Cuzzo, Paula,
hold on,
Jarrett. I want to say thank you for everybody. I appreciate y'all for having me here.
Hold on. Go ahead, Paula. What you want to say?
He's on you.
I need you one last time to tell the people the news again. One last time. I don't think
about Black Week.
We out here. Black Week.
There it is.
Official podcast of Black Week.
There it
we
is,
will
man.
be interviewing the founder of Airbnb, Shannon Sharp. We're going to bring the stars out. We bringing our whole family. So if y'all can make it, y'all part of the More Than Entitled family. We're bringing the community out to Black Week. Because what's that, man? We do this for us, the Black culture.
And guess what, man? Like I said, we're going to end it on this as we always do. Listen, Quincy came on and told you that he came from urban America and he was able to provide a life for his family, make 6 figures. Paula told you she suffered with depression and she was able to, develop a top podcast. Me and Cuzzo are developing the platform that all equals the same thing. The motherfucking dream is free. The dream is free, but the hustle, well, that's sold separately.
We your family.
Yeah. What you know about me? Seen it all, heard it all. Oh, what you know about me? I done it all, just one.